What's up guys, it's your girl Rivah and I am back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rivah. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It doesn't matter how you feel about this video, we all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And we are going to go ahead and get right into the video.
What do you want to know?
Well, who are you? I don't know.
Well, I am on the West Coast, so I've been watching for a little while. I noticed everybody is kind of Midwest and in Atlanta, so I am in SoCal.
They're all over. And the applications are countrywide.
Yeah, I'm in SoCal. I'm in Cali.
How old are you?
I am 27.
All right. So give me the trailer download.
Well, I am a realtor here in SoCal. I am single, and I have no kids.
Okay.
And I guess you could say I'm an alpha female. And I don't know, based on kind of what everybody else has been talking about, I'm 5'8". I'm 155 pounds. My dress size is 8. Working on getting back to a 6. I work out 3 times a week.
Would you like to be married? Would you like to be married?
Yes.
How long was your longest relationship?
My last real relationship is 4 years.
No, your longest.
4 years.
Okay. How long ago was that?
3 years ago.
So you're 27? And your last relationship was 3 years ago, and it was 4 years, so you were with that person from 20 years old?
Actually, I'm older than that. I was playing with you.
Wait.
I just gave...
Wait. Okay.
27 number because everybody always says they think I'm 27.
Okay.
Don't give me that look.
I'm doing business here, so can we get to the truth?
Don't give me that look. No, I'm 36.
Let's just speak to the truth.
Right.
Your last relationship was 3 years ago?
3 to 4 years ago, yes.
And it lasted 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Who ended it?
I did.
Any particular reason?
Lots of reasons. He was younger than me.
How much younger?
4 years younger. I started dating him when I was 30. So he was 4 years younger than me when I was 30.
Okay. So you out-earned him?
I'm sorry?
So you out-earned him?
Yes.
All right. So if you were married, do you want to have children?
Yes.
How many kids would you like to have?
At least 2.
At least 2. And after you're pregnant, would you like to have to work to pay significant bills?
Yes, I'm going to work.
Okay. If I asked your ex-boyfriend how he experienced you, what his word would be trade is what?
I love when Kevin asked that question, like, if I had to ask your ex, not you, what you think your ex would say. Like, if I had to ask your ex what he would say about you, what would he say? I think that's a good point of self-reflection, just because, like, it's easy to say that you did everything right? It's easy to say that everything was all the other person's fault, but how did that other person experience you is a really good question. That's like a mirror to you.
Controlling.
Mm.
Demanding. I get the word demanding a lot.
And you want what kind of marriage do you want?
I want a partnership.
Partnership meaning 50-50?
No, I mean, as far as, I want to laugh a lot. I just want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to laugh a lot. I don't take myself seriously. I don't take life seriously.
What kind of marriage do you want though?
I want to be able to be open. Like, I don't want lies. I don't want secrets. I want us to be able to talk to each other about anything.
Are you a Christian? Yes.
I'm not religious.
Okay. So, marriages come down to like two basic forms: either traditional marriage, where there are gender roles, or some sort of partnership.
Okay.
What do you want?
A partnership.
I think the fact that she said like that she doesn't take life seriously, would lead me to believe as to why she would want, like, why she was in a kind of long relationship with a younger man. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful or anything like that, but I'm just saying, as in, like, she was 30 and he was 26, and then they ended up in a long-term relationship. She probably got with him because he was, jovial and all that fun, and that's what she wanted to have as a helpmate. But I think that whenever you are looking for someone to be like a husband, I mean, that, yeah, you want to be able to have fun with them, but you want the person to have a strong mind. You want them to have structure. You want them to be able to plan your future for you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this guy didn't do that. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying that I'm just, based off of his age and based off of the things she's saying, I just feel like the dots connect.
And do you mind if your spouse earns less than you?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. You own your home?
No.
How much does a man? Here's a real question. How much does a man need to make annually before you consider him seriously?
How much does he need to make where I consider him seriously?
Yeah, before you consider him seriously. Yes.
At the bare minimum, being in Cali, bare minimum would be $100,000, and that's bare minimum.
And what part of California you in?
I'm in San Diego.
You care what race he is?
No.
What percentage of men earn over $100,000 a year?
You said what percentage?
What percentage of men earn more than six figures, over $100,000 a year?
Any race?
Huh?
Any race?
Yeah, any race. What percentage?
About 10 to 15?
10%. 10%. So you automatically eliminated 9 out of 10 men at age 36.
But I also say that I'm okay that he makes less.
I said, how much would he need to make minimum? You said six figures.
Right.
Yeah, and you also said, are you okay if he makes less? And I said, I'm okay with that too.
If he makes less than you.
Oh.
I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood that.
How much money would he need to make annually before you would seriously consider him for marriage?
Okay, I would say 70 and up.
I'll be honest.
Because I mean, I do well too. So
that doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't.
I gotta be honest. We started off wrong, which is lying to me. That's just not okay.
I was messing with you.
I think that's a problem because she's like, oh, I want trust, I want honesty, I want all of these things, and like she came on and the first thing she did was like say something that wasn't truthful. I mean, you have to be transparent, especially in this kind of platform, because you don't know who's watching. Maybe the guy who's going to be with you is watching it. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with that point of view. How they started off is kind of wrong. And I also think that a key that's missing with women today, I mean, with everyone, but we're talking about women right now in relationships, is humility. Humility goes a long way, right? So as much as you can, be nice, or you can, want to have fun with your spouse, whatever, humility is a big key, because the first thing that she said was like, oh, bare minimum $100,000, right? Like, oh, bare minimum he needs to make $100,000. But I know for a fact that wasn't an accurate answer that she gave, because then obviously she changed it to 70. But you can just tell that that's not something that she's gunning for. I think she's actually on this platform for a relationship. I don't feel like her wanting to be in a relationship is money driven.
I'm a jokester.
Okay, but we don't know each other. That's all right.
That is true.
I'm being honest. It's off-putting. So, but then you say you're an alpha female and a control freak, and I don't. The kind of men that you would probably accept, I don't really deal in like beta males.
I do attract a lot of beta males, which is crazy.
But I don't deal with those. I
would prefer an alpha. I would prefer an alpha male, but I don't attract them. I feel like I'm kind of demanding and controlling by default.
How can you attract them if you consider yourself an alpha female? Like, just the term alpha female just is kind of like mind blowing to me. But how can you attract an alpha male being what you consider an alpha female? Because that just means that you guys are both going to be wearing the same pair of pants, like, and that's not going to work. Like, you would have to be different to attract different, be more feminine, be able to be the balance to that alpha male. Not the same thing. It's going to be like two kings in the same castle.
I do attract betas, but I feel like if I ran into the right alpha, I would fall in that submissive role, because I can't be that, but I can't let the blind lead the blind. Like you have to be that leader. Men tend not to be a leader.
Can you let me speak? You attract betas because you're dominating and controlling.
Right.
You can attract alphas. They will not keep you. They won't accept you. They don't want you. They don't need your money. And alpha males, high value men, productive, competitive, successful men, make enough money to where they don't have to deal with you.
Right.
So this thing about I could be feminine.
You either are or you're not.
You either are or you are not. It's not a switch you turn on and off. And this is not a value judgment, but I don't really deal with beta males and 50-50 stuff. That's just not the platform I'm in. Because that's not a natural role for women. The alpha energy, the controlling energy. I mean, women need to be able to take care of themselves in a modern scenario.
Right.
But you don't have to be a control freak. And if you were involved, how long? 4 years?
And when women are in control, especially in like a relationship setting, I always feel like it doesn't work out well, because somebody's going to be miserable. If you are with a strong man, it's just not going to work at all, because he's not going to tolerate that. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like as a woman too, like, as much as you're continuously telling this person what to do and how to do it, like, it takes the thrill away from the relationship, from yourself as well, So it's going to be like, you're either going to be always telling somebody what to do, then always having to tell somebody what to do if you're with like a beta male. But being with an alpha male, like, that's not going to happen. Like, you're not going to be able to be, because she's saying like, oh, a lot of these men don't know how to lead. Or did you even, like, have you ever given them the chance to have the reins on anything? Because a lot of people who say that statement as well, who say like, oh, they don't know how to lead, it's like, you've never even given anybody a chance to lead. Like, you do everything. And before they get the chance to, you just say, I'd rather do it. So it's like, you don't even truly know if that's the case, because you're just so used to trying to take the reins and be in control of everything.
4 years for the guy that was 4 years younger than you?
Yes.
And earn less?
Yes.
Yeah. Wrong platform. You that's some Stella got a groove back kind of shit going on. So
I've been around alpha males, and when somebody is strong and they take the lead, it's natural for me to take that back seat when that person is capable of doing that.
But that's only going to last for a moment. That's only going to last for a little bit of time, when you don't mind following that. But then the truth is going to come out. Like, after a while, those same characteristics that you're used to displaying in every other relationship, that's what you're going to end up displaying in that relationship. Maybe because, like, you're going to have a disagreement, or maybe he's not moving at the timing that you want him to move, even though you trust his leadership. And then those same characteristics are going to come out, and then the relationship is still not going to work.
See, what you seem to keep missing is like an alpha male has to prove something to you.
Mm-hmm.
No, not prove. That's just who they are.
Listen, no, they're not. See, alpha males attract feminine women.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is if I will consider being feminine if an alpha male steps up and leads and does something to put me around feminine, he's gone off about his business with his woman.
Right.
Alpha males aren't in the business of proving to you. You must prove to us. I'm not gonna sit there and negotiate with you.
Right.
We'll just leave you with the 4-year younger boy. That's what a lot of you aggressive women don't seem to get. Nobody's got to prove anything to you. Man, there are more females on the planet than men.
Yeah.
And at 36 years old, talking about you want a man making 6 figures, which is really what you want. I don't believe for 1 minute you'd accept a man making $70,000 in Southern California. That's $35,000 in Atlanta. I don't believe that for one bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it. I take care of myself. I mean, it would be nice, but I don't need it.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I hear you talk a lot about that. But one thing I do want to say is the one thing I feel kind of that you're missing is that you're not a woman and you're not out here dating these men. It's like there's young men, there's men in the middle, and there's older men. And you're not out here dating them. Like, I'm actually out here going on dates with all types. And the older ones don't automatically make them mature, and the young ones don't automatically make them immature either.
I just let you say all that because how arrogant of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's arrogant?
Yeah.
Because you don't know me, you don't know my background. I'm 51 years old. I've been over 3 church singles ministries. And I talk to, you don't know my background. See, the thing is, many women think just like yourself. Think you got it all figured out, and people need to get up to your level. You're 15 years younger than me. You think you're going to put me up on game?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you.
I agree with that. And also, and I agree with that in the sense that you're trying to create the narrative that just sounds better for your situation so that you have proof as to why you're having struggles or why you're having these struggles that you're having. And I think it goes without saying that just because somebody is older doesn't mean that they're mature. Just because somebody is younger doesn't mean they're immature. But I think these are just also, of course, little avenues of deflection to say like, oh, well, these are also the reasons why I do this, or these are also the reasons why I do that, because of the fact that he's telling her about, like, her aggressiveness and her being, masculine. And I mean, he's a man. Like, it's just like, as a man, I think he would he's been a young man, he's been a middle-aged man, he's been, you know what I'm saying, or he isn't a middle-aged man, I should say. And it's like, there's peers, there's conversations. Like, I think that was, I just didn't agree with that statement, because I think that's neither here nor there. I think it's knowing enough about people and knowing enough people to kind of, I just didn't think that was a point that needed to draw reference to say like, oh, like, you're not dating them. Like, yeah, but these are the people who are in his DM, talking to him, and he has friends, I'm sure, and family, I'm sure, I think, once again, I think it was just an avenue for deflection.
Of course I don't date men.
That's all I said.
And the thing is that dating men is not the point. You guys women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. And the problem is women cannot get relationships today because you suck at them. Modern women suck at keeping relationships. And they cannot keep men who are ranked higher value. Period. Point blank. End of sentence.
Yeah.
But would you agree that this generation of, like, this dating pool sucks as a whole on both sides?
You ladies do.
So it's just the ladies, it's not the men?
The problem objectively is with women, because men have not changed. The expectations for men are still to be the same. Protector, provider, prophet, priest. We're still expected to do the things that any man of any generation has done. If you watch my show over 6 months, the thing that's different is women have less skills, less feminine energy, less any of this, and they're demanding more. I've had women on this show tonight who don't even have cookbooks, can't cook.
I have both of those.
But the thing is, women, previous generations too.
Oh my gosh, it's like, it's such an issue for real. And I hope you guys know, like, when I come on here and I'm speaking, I'm generally speaking for the betterment of obviously our community, but also because, like, these are things that I feel like women genuinely need to hear to better their relationships, you know, to change the narrative. Like, because on one hand, you have some women who don't know how to do anything, don't really offer anything, but have their hand out and want everything. And then on the other hand, you have women who know how to do everything and are completely capable and then become arrogant because they know how. So it's like, on both sides of the spectrum, like, where is the man supposed to fit into the picture? Like, the man is missing in the picture. Like, do you want the man in the picture or you don't want the man in the picture? Because it's like, either you're going to have to up your skills or you're going to have to, like, take a back seat and allow somebody else to be in that position.
3-4 years back, they prided themselves on the things that many women today simply cannot do. They didn't need to be alpha, realtors, and make money. They were proud of being mothers.
Right.
So, sorry, the reason the dating pool sucks, the reason chivalry is dead is because modern women killed it.
But I do cook, and I cook very well, and I do have cookbooks.
Okay. However, you cannot get the kind of man that you can respect.
Right.
Let's just put it on the wood. You
Right.
cannot get
It's slim pickings over here, Kevin.
No, it's not slim pickings. It's in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's not slim pickings.
I know I have some self-work to do, and I work on that daily.
Okay, but what's the name of your therapist?
Well, I do. I will say that you said a word. Are you whipping me?
You don't have a therapist.
You said I don't have a
therapist. Exactly. So you're in
No,
charge.
I don't have a therapist.
You should.
Do I need one?
Yeah.
Well, let's look. Let's arguably look, business person. Let's look at the outcomes. Is what you're doing working?
No.
Are you qualified to fix you?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Really? Show me an attorney who represents himself, and I'll show you an attorney who has a fool for a client.
Okay. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
Ma'am, you're not qualified to be your own therapist.
No.
But if I know what my issues are, am I not qualified to work on my own issues if I know what they are?
You're right.
But how are you going to, like, what are the avenues that you were going to work to change them? Because as women, we self-coddle a lot. Like, our mind works in a certain way that we are able to self-protect, self-coddle, make excuses for, make ourselves feel comfortable. But you need somebody sometimes to, you know, sit down with you and just be honest with you and tell you the truth. Like, yo, like, you should really work on this and you should go about this. And these are the things to do that. And these are the steps you should take to be able to do that. So, no, you're not qualified, because if you were, and this is not a diss to this personal woman or anybody at all, but if you were, you wouldn't call in and have questions on this topic, because you would be so much on your game that the man that you were looking for or trying to attract would have got you.
Hey, let me show you how to do this, guys. When you deal with women,
and also, when your mind changes, your verbiage changes. So certain things that she's saying, she wouldn't be saying, because she would have a completely different mindset as well.
Sign language, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. That's what you do with them. You're right. You're right.
I'm not trying to be right, Kevin.
Of course, but you're right anyway.
I'm not trying to be right.
But you are.
I'm not trying to be right. I swear I'm not.
Yeah, but you're the best person to be your own therapist, because you know your own issues. And you know how to address them. You're right.
Okay. So what do you see my issues being besides, even though you use the word aggressive, I don't like the word aggressive.
I don't care if you like it or not. I don't care if you like it or not. You ever talk to me. You're saying there's one issue right here. You ever talking to me?
I apologize.
That's one issue right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad habit of mine.
When a man is starting to assert your issue, your instinct is to pull out your dick. Put your dick up. And the only reason you've been able to get away with it as long as you have is because you're cuter than most. If you're really just average or unattractive, you'd have got this shit checked a long time ago.
Right.
Me, I'm not fascinated. I'm dealing with beautiful women all the time.
Right.
I deal with attractive women all the time. It's not special to me. And the problem is, you say yourself as a control freak and an alpha female. What men say, ooh, I cannot wait to find me a control freak and alpha female. That's what I really fucking want.
You asked me what the feedback was. That's not what
I said. But I say what men want those. What caliber or kind of man do you hear saying, you know what?
None.
I just really want a domineering biznatch. I just want a ball breaker. Ooh, can't wait to find a control freak. Who says that?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
Okay, so obviously not in so many words, right? But I feel like some men actually would like a stronger woman that they can count on to step up to handle things. Some men don't always want some soft damsel in distress, like, oh, well, my husband's not here, my husband is, I don't know what to do, I can't think for myself, my husband. So
don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted that being soft means that you can't handle anything on your own. That's not the point. The point is that you're soft, but however, when the boss is around, you fall in line. That's just order, right? That's just order. And the fact that she's now turning the conversation and kind of like bashing those women and talking down about those women says a lot about who she truly is and her true nature as well.
I feel like some men actually want a woman who can actually think and do things when it's not there.
And there's something, again, like you said, you don't date men. You don't know men.
Right.
I don't know many men who would want what you're talking about.
Right.
Men who don't. You feel like there are some men. Where are these men at? Who are they?
She can't find them.
Tell me where they are in your life. Tell me where you've gone to get this information.
Right.
I've known them.
Your past experience.
How many?
Only.
A few.
Few. Few is what?
Yeah.
4? A few is 4.
I mean, I didn't put a number on it, but a few.
Let's put a number on it because it matters.
Oh, I didn't think about the actual number.
Well, you said I feel there are men like this. How many? What percentage of men do you think are like that?
A percentage of men that are like that?
Yes, because you wanted to have this kind of...
to be honest with you, I'm not sure about the percentage.
Okay, but the point is, it was important enough for you to make it a position in the conversation. So I need to know what percentage of men fall into this category to see how important the point you're trying to make is.
Right.
I don't know an exact number, but I'm going to be honest and probably say maybe it's the majority is probably not that high. It's probably not the majority, I would say.
So give me a number. Realtor, you have to give me a number. Just ballpark.
10%.
10%. Negligible.
Huh?
Damn near negligible. 10%. So that means 90% of men don't want what you're talking about.
Right.
Okay.
So why are we talking about the 10% instead of the 90%? I'll tell you why. Because you don't know how to deal with the 90%. You don't know what they want, and even if you did, are you prepared or qualified to give it to them?
Yes.
Tell me the last relationship where you've been submissive.
The last relationship I've been submissive?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question.
Start to finish.
It's a good question.
It was a very long time ago.
Okay, where was it?
Like, long time ago.
Okay, I don't know you. When was it?
Probably high school.
Okay, who was he?
My boyfriend of 5 years.
And how old were you when you started seeing him?
How was I?
How old were you?
17.
So last time you acted like a feminine woman was 22.
Oh, no, I act like a feminine woman all the time.
No. See, I just did that.
You asked me about being...
No, listen. I said, when was the last relationship you were submissive? See, a feminine woman is submissive.
Right. Just hand in hand.
You can't rewrite femininity to fit your definition.
So
Right.
a feminine woman can't be alpha?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Is that your opinion?
No. Femininity is not alpha. It's soft.
Yeah.
And there is no such thing as an alpha woman. That's another thing, you women. It's just that you're trying to say Amazonian. That's another thing. You ladies need to put your dicks up. You're not an alpha. The only reason you can do the shit you do is because mankind has civilized the world in general. You are a female.
Yeah.
That I am.
And the more you start acting in line with your nature, the happier you would be.
And I do. So where did the term alpha female come from?
If you acted in line.
That's not mine. I think his.
You'd be with an older man. You'd be with a man to where he was in charge and you were following.
Right.
But you do understand, just because a man is older doesn't make him older mentally, right?
Again, see what just happened? You're right.
No, I've met them.
You're
so
right.
You mean every
I don't even think she understands the magnitude of the fact that she's literally trying to find every single loophole to make herself correct in this situation. And I feel like that's a really big defense mechanism amongst us, and that's a huge problem because you get backed into a corner, you choose this way. You get backed into a corner, you choose that way, and this way, and that way, and this way. And it's not healthy because where's the accountability at? If you're wrong, you have to look that situation straight in the face and just be like, you're right about that. That's true. With no rebuttal, nothing else to say, not thinking of this, and just continue to take the teaching if that's what you want, if that's what you're on here for.
Man, you met, he's there mentally. You've never met immature older men?
You're right.
No, I'm asking a question.
Right. You're right.
No, I'm literally asking. You've never met an older man
you're right.
immature?
No, you're right. And see, again, what I just showed you is when we go down the rabbit holes you want to go down, it's statistically insignificant.
I'm asking a question.
And I just told you, okay, ma'am,
You want to stop talking?
This is interesting, but at the net of it, if this is what turns you on, at 36, ma'am, I honestly expect 36-year-old women to have a better grasp of who they are and what they want. But it sounds like you want a partner, and you need betas. That's fine. But controlling, domineering, control freak women, they make good side chicks. They're great for sex.
Mm.
They're great to, swing by and knock it off. But when it's all said and done, high value, productive, competitive, successful men who know what they want, they're going to go out and get a feminine, beautiful, inspirational, cooperative, submissive woman. Yeah. They're not going to do this. They're not going to sit back and go back and forth and argue and debate.
It's true.
Because there's no peace in this.
So the type of man that you're talking about, they want the pregnant, barefoot, stay-at-home, submissive.
Sure. Okay. So audience, basically, this is the same. Remember last week when the woman said, so they want pretty slaves. This is just another copy of that argument. Y'all think you're special.
Oh, I'm not arguing. I was just asking.
Okay, but if you think,
because there's nothing wrong.
Listen, no, but if you think that's the only way that comes,
there's nothing wrong with that. But you just said barefoot, stay at home, like you made it derogatory. So obviously you see something wrong with that.
When pregnant, then that shows a lot more about you than what reality is.
No, because the way you were speaking, that's how it was coming off. So I was just clarifying.
Man.
So that's why I was asking.
No, that's not how it was coming off. That's how you perceived it.
That's why I was asking to clarify. That's why
I didn't say
man.
I'm very good at what I say. I didn't say a woman who's barefoot and pregnant. I said feminine, beautiful, inspirational, submissive, and cooperative. You are the one that tried to put her in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. That's on you.
Yeah.
And see, this doesn't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But here's the sad part. What you're doing doesn't work.
No.
Okay.
And you were 36.
Here we go. Oh dear.
That's the no man's land thing. Because between 36 and 60 is one continual slide to the grave. Please get out of the comment section. I'm not there.
It's sad.
That's what control freaks do. Get out of the comment section because we're having a conversation. 36 to 60 is one continual slide to the grave. Because no man of substance, of value, of quality is going to marry a woman like this.
It's sad.
At best, you will get some 50-50 beta male where you are paying most of the bills. Because the median income in this country for black men is $41,500, and for white guys it's $52,000. That's the median income. East or West Coast doesn't matter. Fully 50% of the men make that, and the men who make more than that don't want controlling, domineering. They can afford to get different.
Right.
So what does it mean? That means either you'd have to compete to get the men who make more when they want something different, or you'd have to try to get your mind around and be willing to accept less, and then hope the guys who are less are silly enough to realize that they're not your first pick. You're not their. Those guys aren't your first choice. This is why I feel so bad for modern women, because you earn too much, you waited too late, and you were lied to and told to go out and make a job and a career and all this other kind of stuff, and you're so far outside of your true
nature,
feminine, God-given nature, to where it makes you unfit for a relationship with the kind of men you want.
It's true.
Okay.
And I can't do anything about it. So that's why I say therapy. But you don't want to. But you're not in therapy with anybody. You're your own therapist. So that's fine. But while you're doing that,
I feel like therapy is for people who are in denial.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly, Mama. Exactly.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
You're right.
Sometimes.
You don't think so?
You're right.
I mean, that's my personal opinion.
You're right.
I feel like therapy is for people who are in denial. And if you know what your flaws are and you know what you need to work on, then...
But, like, you don't know what your flaws are and you don't know what you need to work on because your conversation and your verbiage states otherwise.
Could be working on it.
Right. Show me a better outcome.
I can do that.
No, you really can't.
I can.
You really can't.
I can do that.
Wow.
It'll be okay though.
Oh, I'm fine.
I'm fine too.
Right.
I'm fabulous.
Right. Dating men 4 years younger who are betas and halfway there.
Yeah, that was way back when. That was...
Oh, the salute. Guys, okay, so I love that this conversation was lighthearted. I love that they were able to communicate. It didn't really go too off track where they were arguing or anything like that. I absolutely love that about the conversation. However, this conversation was super necessary, and I think that a lot of people, I really hope that a lot of people watch this video and see, my perspective as a woman, that this is something that's necessary, right? Because this is reality. Because throughout this entire conversation, sometimes as a woman, I feel like when you're in the conversation, it's really hard for you to not do like womanly nature, as in like deflect, like box it around and try to, because all of these things are self-soothing, right? These are all things that you're doing to self-soothe yourself in the conversation when he's hitting you somewhere that it hurts and it just might be true. And I think these are things that we definitely need to listen to and take heed on, because, at the end of the day, she's finishing this conversation and she ultimately still feels like, yeah, that was a great conversation. We had a great conversation. However, I'm good, and at the end of the day, like, it's like he said, she's 36, then she's going to be 40, 50, and then like what's going to be the outcome. So I think that we definitely need to like be able to hear conversations, and even if it's funny or if the conversation goes left, you need to take the good out of it, because to me it's safe to say that he definitely knows what he's talking about. He definitely knows how a woman's mind operates as well. So, and for women, you need to know how your own mind operates, and you need to know when you are self-soothing, when you are deflecting, when you are not taking accountability, and you also need to know how a man's mind works, so that you guys can be able to have a nice, compatible relationship. But if you guys did like this video, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. I want to hear about it. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram at RIVAH_JORDON. I thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so very much. I will see you guys in the next video.